Hello everyone, this is Guy with Southern Jewelry News, and this is another episode of the Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry Podcast. Enjoy the episode. Hello everyone, this is Guy with Jewelry Store Marketer with Southern Jewelry News, and I'm here with my lovely co-host Elesa Dillon. Whoop whoop! It's always happy and great to have
Hi.
Elesa here with us, but today our special guest is Tammy Geraci from Peter and Co. Jewelers from Ohio. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, I know you're shy on camera, not
Yes.
really. And this is the whole reason why we have you. Well, there's one of the reasons why we have you on the podcast today is um you've kind of done a lot on social media and have grown your following and so forth, right? Is that's something that you guys continue to do and it's something that you focus on, right?
Yeah, we started off just because everyone talked about, video, you have to be in front of the camera, and it was difficult at first. And we tried to, do it on Facebook and Instagram from the very beginning. And at that time, I don't think that we actually knew what we were doing, but we would just keep posting videos. And the Tuesdays with Tammy has probably been the one thing that we've done consistently for years. And it seems to work, and we're getting better at it, especially now that I have somebody helping me, which is my daughter.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, you certainly show up in my feed. And even though I'm like, I saw, the interview
Oh,
and I looked you up, I'm like, oh, I've seen her a million times on social media. So,
well, that's good.
yeah, you're showing up in my feed and I'm glad. I'm like, oh, look at this. This is cool.
That's awesome.
So that's amazing. And how's your experience been doing? You said it kind of, wasn't the greatest in the beginning, but you kept doing it. What has
hmm
been the result after years of doing it?
I think that we've learned too with the way the analytics work. When you're consistently doing something, it is putting you out there more. And when you're putting out information that seems to be searched, then more and more people, I show up in more people's feeds. And I feel
Absolutely.
like we get more interaction. The more we learn about what, again, the consumer wants to learn about, our videos are getting more views. And it's hard because you think you want to like you want to have all these likes, but as long as it's being viewed, really that's the important thing. And I just feel like
Right.
our viewership is growing, our followers are growing. In the last, I think we sat stagnant at like 1,700 followers on Instagram, which isn't a lot, I'm compared to some that are in, the millions, but I feel like in the last year we've actually grown quite a bit. So that just proves to me that we're doing something right, and tying our
Right.
video into blog posts on our website and all sorts of stuff, how it all
Right.
coexists. Hmm
Absolutely.
Smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very smart. And the thing is sometimes numbers you can kind of consider them vanity metrics, having hundreds of thousands of followers might look great and make you feel good, but how many are
Yeah.
engaged? How many are really big fans? How many really know you? So those 1,700 followers could be mega fans,
Yeah.
and that's important. And I think to talk to your audience, your fans, I think that's important. That may be a few thousand or a few hundred thousand, but still,
hmm
if you're talking to the audience your audience, your core audience, I think that's just a winning strategy, regardless of how many they are. And um, consistency, that's
hmm
big thing in
Yeah.
marketing that a lot of people kind of they try something for a couple months, it's not working.
Yeah. Or they don't like how they sound, which was, something that we had to overcome, because
Mm,
we would, like I said earlier, we would try scripts and then I'm trying to remember and where it's like take one, take two, take three. So now for a while now, it's been just off the cuff. We pick a topic,
right.
there's like three bullet points, get it done in 2 minutes and
Yeah.
we just roll with it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you give our audience and listeners out there what how to follow you and search you on Google or
Yeah. So for our Peter and Company page is Peter Jewelers on Instagram and it's Peter Jewelers on Facebook. I mean, myself, I try to we try to tag myself, which is Tamara Geraci, and then you can follow the personal page and you can follow the store page. We are building our YouTube channel a little bit more, so that'll be the next thing that we tie into for YouTube Shorts, which is again Peter and Co. Jewelers.
That's great.
Thanks.
That's right up our alley. I mean, that's what, SJN and MAJN, along with the new ownership of Guy and our growth, we're here to help. We've always been to inform and educate jewelers on how to run their store. And it's jewelers like you that really, inspire other jewelers to do well in the industry. And, it just sounds like you found a formula that works for you. And, same with us with the podcast. I mean, Guy's done video. I really haven't, a little bit, but you just get more comfortable with it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
The more you do it.
That's true.
And,
it's overcoming the
fear.
fear.
More followers you have. So keep that content going. And I hope jewelers, retailers are listening out there and watching this. They, take some of these pearls of wisdom from Tammy on how she built her, social media pages.
Yeah.
I think it's a good kudos to you, and everybody should be definitely following you.
Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by Gemstar. Lead your jewelry collection with brilliance and innovation. Experience the full line of fine jewelry with Star Lab by Gemstar. Discover our latest designs at gemstarco.com or call 1-866-368-5700.
Absolutely. And I totally agree. I think done is better than perfect. I'm totally subscribed to that. And we, like Elesa said, we're still improving here on the podcast, but we keep doing it and keep getting guests, and we're getting better and so forth. But we have to talk to the audience. We have to give them the content that they want. And hearing your story and what you've done on social media is very valuable, because what jewelers typically do, and my main business is marketing. We've done marketing, help people, but most jewelers, when they don't know what to do or they don't have the budget to run ads and all this stuff, they start with social media, but sometimes it's inconsistent. They're not doing it long enough. But these days, that's kind of like bare minimum. The going live and doing stories on a regular basis, that's something that many jewelers still don't do.
Yeah.
And
That's
I think, like Elesa said, you become an inspiration to them. What do you think? Where do you think your company would be without doing that? Without doing the
that's
lives
hard to
and
say.
stuff? Yeah.
That is really hard to say. I mean, I think, going back to how I think that everything coexists, if you're doing one thing, it just helps the next thing that you're doing, especially, when you're out in that world that is the internet, and the social media, and the things that AI and Google, they're directing people towards you. So if we weren't doing the videos consistently, I feel like we just wouldn't get the viewership. I don't think that we would get the impressions that we get on our everything that we do organically.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think that people, I know it's hard when you're a small business, regardless of the size, because most times people who are running the business are the jack of all trades. So they're in all these departments, so you don't have somebody who's going to take the time to do this. And, do you want to have one of your sales associates behind the camera, or do you want to be behind the camera? So then you just put it off. So if you find someone on your staff that is comfortable with it, and you trust them to speak knowledgeably about what it is that you're trying to put out there, then have them do it. Even if it takes 4 or 5 takes the first time, get someone to start doing it.
You mentioned your daughter was helping you with that. Is she in the store and joining you in the future?
So she is in the store. Isabella is there 3 days a week. And so she's been helping my sister Kim a lot in the back with setting up marketing, doing the email blast, doing the social content, and of course, doing my video. She's already bought us a new video. She bought herself actually a video camera. A side note, she's a athlete, so she buys equipment to take videos actually of herself while she's performing. So she'll use her equipment on us now. So yeah, so she helps a lot, and we hope that she'll be in the business one day. But it's like any family business. You don't want to force anybody in it. You just hope that one day they'll come back to you.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, why don't you tell us about Peter and Co. Jewelers? You're
So
in
from
Ohio
the
right now, right?
yeah. So we are in Ohio. We're outside of Cleveland, west of Cleveland, about 18 to 20 miles. We're in the city of Avon Lake. We're, like I said earlier, we're going to be moving to our new store that we're building in Avon, which is only 1.5 miles from where we're at. So it's pretty close by. We're not leaving our community. They've done so beautifully, for us, and they trust us, and we don't want to move far from them. But it all started with our father, Peter, which is, the name of the store, Peter and Company. The company is all the customers, and Peter was the founder. That was in 1987. And Teresa, his wife, she came in, I think, at 1992. And I came in 1994. And then my sister, Kim, she's, I think, 9 years after me, somewhere right around there. But it's been very rewarding. Believe me, in the very beginning, I probably stormed out of the store as a 22 or 23-year-old. I'm never coming back. But it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey, and we've got a lot more to do.
Wow, amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
With your, you've consistently, put your store and promotions and products and your life on social media. How do you plan on doing that with your new store that you're building and, sharing that? Are you going to share that experience on social media?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we did our groundbreaking on social, which it's funny how those type of posts, when it's, your face out there, or it's something that your community is like really excited for you about, it's amazing the type of interaction that they put out there.
Sure.
Like we talked earlier, you get like 20 likes for something and no comments at all. But then you post a picture like that with your family out there with shovels in the ground and hard helmets on. And you get like 1,000 people who comment that they're so excited for you. So as we grow through this project, we're going to do probably some aerial shots of the store once we get some walls up, and share with the community how far along it is, and step-by-step projects on where we're at. So it'll be fun.
Amazing.
We will have to follow
and
up
hopefully
with
stick
that.
to the deadline.
Okay.
We'll follow your journey, and we will.
I hope so.
Can't wait, and we'll have you back on in the new store, maybe. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We'll get a tour. All that. It sounds so exciting. That's great.
It is.
That's wonderful, and it's very close. So I love that. That's a very smart move.
Yeah, that was important for us, and we know there's some people who just don't want us to leave. It's a convenience where we're at right now. But it'll be actually a lot more convenient for a lot more communities to reach us, because we'll be very close to the interstate.
Wow. Fantastic. Yeah. Was there something beyond that, convenience of location, that why build a new store? Why not find another location? What's that mean to you, or what do you feel the benefit would be for your store?
Well, I think, just having ownership in, the property, and, paying yourself, your rent, and, we're thinking about the future, so if, for example, comes retirement time, or, who's going to come and take over, there's still an investment that you have in the ground. And then whoever may or may not take over Peter and Co. one day, that will still have the property. So it was an investment, but where we chose the new land it is a very up and coming interstate exchange. Like I said, not far from us. If you've heard of the Cleveland Clinic, it is the largest hospital system, I think, in the world now. They actually sit right across the street from our new store.
Oh, wow.
And we are backed up against Interstate 90. So we are right there at the exit. So it's very easy to find us. People who are driving in from, 20, 30 miles away can find us very easily. So that was really the main reason we picked that spot.
Right. Amazing. That's great.
Hmm.
Sounds like it's going to be great. You got your existing customers not far away, but then it opens you up right off that. You're probably easy on. You got to like
Yeah.
drive through like engagement ring, like lane, right?
Yeah, right?
You order on your app, order in advance and store, pick up at the window.
Yeah.
And
Wouldn't that be great?
you
We
know,
actually talked about that.
that would be awesome. That would be amazing.
But we want to get them in
Um,
the store.
of course, of course. But well, that's fantastic. Congratulations on
Thank you.
a story. I know the pride that you must feel like breaking ground, and when you start seeing it shaping up,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, wow, this is so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And really, the whole family's excited. So that's the best part.
Amazing, amazing. And then that's going to make more amazing social media posts. And again,
Mhm.
your community is going to be even more excited for you.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited, and that's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. And I can't wait to see what you have in store for us on our next podcast, because this is, we got to
Yeah.
get a look at the store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, What else in the jewelry industry? If you had some good advice, we're always looking for those pearls of wisdom, Tammy. So, hit us with some of your good pearls of wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you, I know that people always are always talking about finding good help. And I will always give a shout out to our team because they're amazing. We wouldn't be where we're at today. So when you hire good people, and I mean, a little bit of training, of course, you have to do industry training and, what it is that you do in terms of, your point of sale or whatever it is, that kind of stuff is systematic and structured. But when you hire people who are just genuine and nice people, your business will grow because they care about you. They care about how they make the customer feel. And, I think selling jewelry it's that kind of thing where there's a lot of stores out there that sell pretty jewelry, but it's the experience they get when they come in. Are you emotionally attached to what they're coming in for? And that's what we've tried to convey to our staff, is that it is about getting the customer and yourself emotionally connected. And then the jewelry sales just come, and taking care of that customer after the fact.
That's
Right.
amazing pearls of wisdom. That's a good one. That is
Thank you.
absolutely amazing. Absolutely, it comes down to that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like,
And
I'm sorry. I was going to say that it's, customers will come in and, of course, I'm sure you talk to a ton of jewelers, but they come in, you know them by first name, or they know you by name. And then before you know it, it's 45 minutes later, and all they were doing was picking up a repair. It's like,
but you're
you
catching
love,
up on all the kids, and
yeah,
what
you love the
what the
relationships
local
that you
scene
build.
is. Yeah.
Exactly.
How's that new
Exactly.
restaurant down the street? And did you
Yeah.
hear about Lucy?
Right.
Ooh.
It's like a good bartender, right?
Well,
Exactly.
I don't try to say it every podcast, but I'm sure you would agree that, you should pick your jeweler like you do your doctor.
That is
And
true.
that is one of the pearls of wisdom we have.
Yeah. You got to trust
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I know that I wanted to talk about upcoming shows because
Mm-hmm.
we were talking earlier, and you said you were part of the Independent Jewelers Organization, also
Mm-hmm.
known as IJO.
Yeah.
And Southern and Mid America Jewelry News and SJN Growth, Jewelry Store Marketing, we welcome all of that, and they are a great large group. I know they've helped your business along with other independent jewelry stores. Tell us a little bit about your experience with IJO, because I found it like the loyalty and everything just really genuine and part of what this industry is about. That
Mm-hmm.
loyalty that you
Mm-hmm.
have with your customers, but also with a buying group. Say IJO. So
Yeah.
tell us a little, if you don't mind, talk to us a little bit about that.
Sure. So we joined IJO in 1996. So it will be 30 years this year. I don't know if it's the spring show or the fall show, so I'll have to figure that out. But my father,
Wow.
Peter, and Teresa started with IJO, and we really at that point, early on, we didn't have a clue about jewelry because my father actually worked for General Motors. So he came into the jewelry industry very late in life. And so IJO really, I think, taught him a lot. And the team clinics that they have where you sit around with other, like-minded jewelers, they taught him a lot. And the group as a whole, the leadership taught him a lot about, whether it was industry things or sales training or even the bench. I mean, he taught himself the bench a little bit. But with the IJO group, I feel like the camaraderie and the family relationships are huge for IJO. So a small business that can't leave their kids at home, they are welcoming, the children to come to the shows, which I think was a big help for a lot of stores. I mean, we didn't have to do that, but it was a big benefit. And then the training that they have, usually it's an all-day sales track that they'll do all sorts of different training, which I know other groups do that too. But I do believe it's the body of people that run IJO that make it unique. Right. And wholeheartedly I say that because I mean, I'm not a part of the other ones, so I can't speak for them. I just know that we wouldn't be where we were today if they didn't influence a lot of the decisions that we've made over the last, 35 years.
I love that. I think that's what, that's just amazing that you've been in it that long. That is some serious loyalty. And
I think
you've got friends for
they're
life.
Looking to grow too. I mean, they're a business they're looking to grow their membership and their vendors and, make it better for all levels.
This podcast is sponsored by IJO.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam. No, if anybody's interested, do go see. They it's a great organization, buying group. Yeah. So go check out IJO. I think it's IJO.org, not .com.
And I know you can be a visitor for. I don't think that I think if you talk to Penny Palmer, she ends up setting you up at the next show, which is great because you get to shadow somebody if you want to. But it's just a great opportunity to get a feel for what it is that they offer, with no commitment.
Yes, and now we have been, they're opening it up to media to visit, whereas in the past, IJO, they really didn't allow press or media in.
Okay.
But with the new change of that, they've opened it up. So we're hoping Guy can get over there while I'm going back and forth for other shows. I'm going to Tucson, but, for anyone looking for a buying group, what a testimonial for IJO right there. It's helped build that business. And now they're moving into a new building, right, guys? Like, perfect.
Amazing. Well, we certainly look forward to seeing you at IJO, hopefully. And congratulations on everything. And I want to tell you that, we talked about being an inspiration to others, but honestly, you actually became an inspiration to me because, I'm, as Elesa mentioned, I'm the new owner of SJN and MAJN, but I was thinking that, on social media, we post all the different stories, but I was really trying to think about maybe I should go out there and do more lives. Elesa and I do more lives and stories about all the different things happening. And you know what? Maybe we just go do it. We're going to suck at it.
We're going to do it.
We're going to suck at it, but we're going to get better and just keep doing it.
I think we tried it in Vegas a little bit. And, we'll do it bit. We'll go wherever. See us in Atlanta. We're gonna we did a live podcast in Atlanta. So that was new for us too.
Right. Yeah.
But we love all our podcast guests. And Tammy, thank you so much because, you make a difference in this industry. And I hope today some of your pearls of wisdom may have touched a heart or two that might be listening in to us, because I know that I did, and I appreciated listening. You inspired me and guys. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You just gotta do it. That's all.
Just do it. Phil Knight,
That's
right? Nike said, just do it.
Do it.
That's amazing. And so anybody listening, I hope there's somebody out there, but make sure if you are out there, you got to go to Peter Jewelers and give them some love, like their Instagram, Facebook. I think there's a bunch of TikTok. Follow them all over the place. Check out their stop by their store in Avon, Ohio, but make sure you stop by when they open up their new store.
That's right.
and subscribe to them and say hello to Tammy when you see them. When you see her Tammy the Tuesdays.
Yep. Tuesdays with Tammy.
Tuesdays
I love
with
it.
Tammy. Make sure you
Don't miss your
check out
Tuesday. I'm
That's
not
it.
gonna. Don't
And,
do it.
Well, we
So-
have missed it actually, which is really funny. And I would have a customer come in the store. It's probably happened twice, but just like, what happened I didn't see Tuesdays with Tammy. Why didn't you go on? And I forgot because we were at a show, and we'll usually post live from a show, and we just forgot. And I got home and she asked, where did you go?
Right.
Oh my goodness! There you go.
There you
People
go.
do listen.
Well, you know what, Tammy? Right after this, when we stop the recording and everybody's hearing this right now, I am going to go live on the SJNs and say, I just had an amazing talk with Tammy Geraci. And this is why I'm going live right now.
There you go.
That's
cool.
cool.
That's
Okay.
good.
So you're gonna see that. Make sure you follow SJN, right? Southern Jury News.
Okay, of course. I'm going right now on my phone.
Beautiful. Tammy, thank you so much. We really enjoyed this talk. We certainly look forward to talking to you again, meeting you somewhere, hearing about that
Yes.
amazing store coming up.
Yeah. We could always do a live right from the show,
Wow, look at that. Why not?
See?
I think we've done that before too, so let's do it. Look
Yeah.
at Colorado Springs.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
what a great
Well,
place to visit too.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
excited. I'm excited. So we're all excited for the future of Peter and Co, SJN, IJO. So give everyone out there, thank you so much for listening. Give Tammy some love. Give SJN Southern Jury News some love, and we will catch you on the next one. Thank you, Tammy, for joining us.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for having me. I look forward to
All
seeing you in Colorado Springs.
Yeah,
That's
thanks. All right, everyone.
right.
Catch you on the next one.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry podcast. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.